Want to thank everybody for tuning in today. We're going to do a little bit of a breakdown on Steph Curry's game from last night. Not going to spend too much time, probably about 7 clips, but just sort of tuning in on some of the things that he does other than making ridiculous shots. I really want to tune in on some of the things that he does off the ball, some of the things that he does with his finishes, and just watching as a coach or a player, some things just to sort of tune in when you're watching film and trying to break down a player, try to emulate whatever they do. So just like I do with any player that I start with, as far as a breakdown's concerned, I like to sort of go to my database and watch and look at some stats and some of the things that they do really well. Some of the things I want you to sort of center in on is obviously we talk about the skill sets, right? We talk about screen and roll reads, right? Giving up the ball early, his finishes and off-ball play. We're looking at stats with Steph or any other guard, if you're trying to evaluate your own players or yourself as a player, is being able to, shoot the ball at a high level. Not just be able to shoot 30-foot shots, but be efficient while you're doing it. First of all, getting to the rim. Getting it to the rim is one of the most valuable shots in basketball. Elite finishers could shoot 60 to 65% at the rim. Well, Steph shoots 67% at the rim, getting there 6 times a game. That's a hell of an accomplishment, being someone who all defense keys in on. But again, what's your shooting percentage from the rim? And what do are you efficient when you get there? Not only finishing, but also being able to get to the free throw line. And then the shooting, 43% from three on 11 and a half attempts a game. He leads the league in, 3-point shots attempted and still shoots 43%. And then free throws. Free throws are big time important, especially if you're a really good player. If you're going to get to the line a lot, you got to be able to convert. And that's, it's probably the most valuable shot in basketball based on the percentages that you can shoot and the times in which you can get there. So let's just take a look at Steph just to sort of see where he's at. This is a database that I created to sort of break down players and put reports and rankings and things like that in. So as far as his, where he ranks in position in the league, averaging 29.8 a game, third in the league at his position, third in rebounding at 6.2. You got Luka there, so there's no way he's going to be the best rebounding guard, but averaging 6 assists. But look at the field goal numbers, 49% from the field. Think about the toughness of the shots that he takes, but yet he still shoots 49% from the field. Fifth for point guards. That's an outstanding accomplishment considering he's on the ball all the time. He's getting double teamed, triple teamed, and he's got to shoot over contested shots almost every time, he shoots the ball. 43% from the three, very efficient, third in the league at his position in efficiency. And his usage rate, if you look at the bottom left here, is at 31, which is fifth in the league at his position. So that means 31% of the plays are either he's touching it and he's got something to do with it. He's got a lot of touches a game, obviously, as we know. But I think it's important to understand that when you're trying to develop a high-level guard or you're trying to develop as a player yourself, trying to be the best player you can be, how efficient you need to be to get there. All right, so now let's now break down. We'll go over 7 clips from last night. Not a lot of stuff to really go over, but just sort of understand, where I'm coming from when I'm talking about Steph. So let me just share my screen here for a second. All right. And let me just share this. Still trying to get used to technology here. Stop present. All right, here we go. Window. All right, so first play we're going to look at, again, 7 clips. It's not just going to be shots. It's going to be, off-ball cutting, giving the ball up early, finishing, and just sort of going over. So let's go over the first clip. In the first clip here, he gives the ball up early on pick and roll, and they're allowed to score because, again, he doesn't dominate the ball and just go all over the place dancing around with the ball. I think as a player, as we're coaching them, as well as if you're a player looking at it, when the defense puts 2 on the ball, right, being able to make a play for somebody else is very important. All right, because when the ball doesn't stick and they put two defenders in the ball and you give it up early, now the defense off the ball, the other three defenders have to try to guard four players and everybody's going to scramble around. As you see, he comes off screen and roll. All right, Houston puts two on the ball. All right, Draymond with the short roll, he gives it up early. Now, after the short roll, you got two defenders on the ball. Now someone else has to pick up Draymond. The problem here is you got Klay Thompson. So Kenyon Martin Jr. has to stay connected to Thompson, because if he leaves Thompson, Draymond's just going to catch it and go to Klay, and that's just going to be a catch and shoot. So you're just giving up 3 points. On the roll, now they got a long rotation. Draymond's at the rim. Now, when you catch it, if you're a big watching the film, or you're a coach, the coach's bigs on this short roll, they got to be able to finish on, extending on layups on the roll. You got to be able to shoot that jump shot on the catch or shoot that floater when the defense comes over. Now, as the defense rotates over, all right, now Looney's going to be open because his man's got to leave him to stop Draymond, or that's going to be an open 2 points. On the catch, Draymond just, gives down to Looney. Looney catches it, is able to, make the fake and then finish at the rim. So great play. But again, the importance of giving the ball up early, when they put two on the ball. All right, this is just a finish by Steph. Again, I mean, you think it's an easy play, but watch the extension. When you're working on finishing, and again, we talk about how he shoots 67% at the rim, which is an unbelievable accomplishment for a guard that size, but being able to use your body and be able to finish differently, right hand, left hand, off the glass, high off the glass, be able to just to finish and use your body to shield the defense from you and extend up. But just watch the extension he gets. They're gonna replay it with a bigger edit here. But again, as he leaves the ground, Smith comes up, tries to block it with verticality at the rim. Look how he shields the ball away from the defender. Now we're going to see it at a better angle here. See, as he comes up, defense comes, that off arm, that left is going to edge off the defense. But watch how he extends and he finishes up on his right. I mean, that's a heck of a finish. But being able to, again, contort your body, use your body to shield from the defense, extend out. And again, that's why it's important when you work out and you work with players to work on finishing 6, 7, 8 minutes a day, just on being a good finisher around the rim, using the glass, right hand, left hand, inside hand, outside hand, all important shots to shoot. All right, here's just going to be, transition. Now in transition, I always tell my clients and the guards that I work with and the coaches that I work with, as many plays as you can make before half court on the look ahead. Look, on transition defense, teams are usually unorganized. They're trying to point out, they point switch, they cross match, and there's a lot of opportunity there. So being able to, as a guard, as a coach teaching guards, or as a guard yourself, if you're watching the film, you got to be able to make plays early on, out, before half court while the defense is setting up. And now you're just spotting your best shooters in transition. You'll get a better look at it on the second clip here. But again, defense is trying to stop the ball. Everyone just sort of, sleepwalking with this, and he just gives it up early, and then they're able to get an open three on as many open and good shots that you can get, the better. So you want to try to manage the game and trying to get your team, if it's yourself or your teammates, as many uncontested or marginally contested shots as possible. All right, so next clip. Now we're talking about, so much of him on the ball, but what about off the ball? Off the ball, they run a lot of split action, which means they're going to enter the post, either low post or mid post, and then either set a screen or get a screen set for the passer. So here, Steph's off the ball. They set the split action screen. Now he's coming off hard. Now, again, changes speeds, gets in the paint, and able to finish. Again, look how hard that finishes. But let's take a look at what gets open. When you're off the ball and you're moving without the ball, the defense has to shift to try to stop. He's one of the best players in the league, so obviously everyone's going to be sort of censored in on him. Now look what happens especially on the weak side. And we talked about last night when we were talking about Devin Booker. When you're off the ball, all right, DiVincenzo's in the corner here open. You've got anytime when you're off the ball and you see jersey numbers or your jersey names, always try to make a play for a cut or try to relocate. But here, as he goes in Steph's drive, and look at the over rotation. So he could try to, again, leave his feet and make that pass to the corner if he wanted to. But now let's look at the finish. Look how he doesn't really dip the ball down. He keeps the ball protected. All right. Now he finishes off 2 feet, takes the hit, and again, the extension. Working on the extended arm, finishing on reverse layups, on any type of layup, trying to, because your angle on the defender is going to be different all the time. It's going to be open layups. It's going to be off 2 feet. It's going to be taking hits. It's going to be extended. So working on all types of finishes to be able to be good around the basket. But again, this guy shoots 67%. This ain't on just open layups at the rim. A lot of times he's going to be guarded by players 7 foot, 7'1", hard, strong players trying to hit, and he's still shooting 67%. But that's a hell of an extension. And as you can see at the next clip here, again, takes it by the defense, defender's on his hip, takes the hit, protects the ball, and able to have that touch off the backboard. It's such a great finish. Just one more look at it. And again, taking hits and having that just a little confidence from working and working all year round, in season, out of season, being able to have that touch with both hands. Just a great feat. All right, now it's making plays for teammates. Any good guard could be able to live in the paint or be able to get inside where he's going to attract the second defender. Attracting the second defender, got to be able to give the ball up early to your teammates to get open shots. Here, they rotate on the drive. He makes the pass, to Clay. But again, look at the left-hand hook. And again, when you're watching passes that are made, what types of passes are being made? Right hand, left hand, two hand, one hand, off 1 foot, off 2 feet. But just the accuracy with the left, being able to, once that defense rotates over, he doesn't fight it, doesn't try to over dribble. He doesn't hold on to the ball too long. That second defender comes, able to make a play for his teammate. All right, here again on the screen roll. This, again, he had no impact as far as scoring on this himself, but let's watch a couple of things here. Again, he doesn't even get a shot, but he gives it up, re-spaces off the ball. Now he cuts. Again, Klay Thompson's able to get a good shot because he's out of the play, and now they got a single coverage on Klay because everyone's fixated on Steph. But the big thing here to me is look at some of the things that he does. Everyone wants to talk about on the ball, like all the shots he makes, but the amount of work that he has off the ball, being able to move without the ball, set screens for people, cut, re-space, cut to the basket. But look at the accuracy on a left-hand, one-hand hook pass. I always talk about players like throw strikes, right? You always want to be able to drive it, kick it, and but be able to be on target with your passes. Look at the accuracy using that left hand right on the numbers on a Kuminga. Perfect pass. Now he re-spaces. All right, he's calling stuff out on the weak side on the drive and now cutting. Always be moving without the ball, not just standing still when you don't have it. All right, this is the last play of the game. The last play that sort of, sealed the deal. But again, just watch giving the ball up early and what it does and gives your team open opportunity to score. Here on the drive, all right, screen roll happens. They put 2 on the ball. All right, makes a play to Looney. Looney makes it. And then again, the ball skips. And as much as you can put the ball out of your hands early when they put 2 on the ball, but as a team have the philosophy of let's just move the ball and get an open shot. And that's huge. All right. On the drive, 2 on the ball, makes that early pass. Rotation's going to come early on that catch. All right. Instead of trying to finish it up over length, Looney gives it up. All right. Draymond not really on balance and not really going to take that shot anyway because he understands, look, I'm not that good of a shooter, so I'm just going to give it to one of the best shooters in the league on a swing open. They're only up 7 with 1.5 left with the 3-point shot in play. That's still not, especially how they play on the road, that no win's guaranteed. But again, swing seals the deal, to Clay. But again, we're talking about some of the things that Steph can do. Everyone just wants to emulate the ball handling and the shooting and the tough shots, but being able to make those plays off the ball, be able to make plays for teammates, being able to put themselves in good positions, the finishing, the percentages that he shoots, and the efficiency in which he plays with. That's what I think is a real important part of breaking down a player's game. It's not just all the moves and the fanfare stuff that they do, but also what do they do off the ball? How do they space the floor? Some of the things they do to get shots. What do they do off the ball as far as how to get open, changing speeds, getting in the paint? All that stuff is really important to sort of developing a player or developing a player yourself. So really appreciate the time. I just wanted to come on quick and talk about some things. Hit me up in the comments, hit me up on my email. Let me know how these streams are working for you, and we'll go from there. I appreciate your time, and thank you.